What would you do if someone deliberately defaced your disabled child's prosthetic leg just because it didn't conform to their idea of aesthetic standards? Would you quietly comply or fight back with everything you have? I remember the exact moment I found my 12-year-old daughter, Lily, collapsed on our front steps, her body racked with sobs. The customized prosthetic leg that had given her back a measure of her confidence was now defaced with black permanent marker. The words, "Follow the rules," were scrawled across the design she had chosen so carefully. The artwork she adored, the superheroes, the stars, the vibrant colors, was ruined. Someone had stripped her pride away with paint thinner and cruelty. In that moment, something inside me shattered. But something fiercer took its place. That fierce resolve was an old companion. Years ago, I had been a civil rights attorney before I traded courtrooms for the stability my daughter needed after her mother passed away. I hadn't felt that fire in years, but as I held Lily and felt her tears soak through my shirt, it came roaring back. Our journey started 2 years earlier, when a drunk driver ran a red light and hit our car. I escaped with bruises. Lily lost her left leg below the knee. Her screams still echo in my nightmares. The recovery was agonizing. 3 surgeries, countless hours of therapy, and phantom pain that robbed her of sleep. Before the accident, Lily had been a ball of light. She danced in our kitchen and organized neighborhood games. Afterward, she withdrew. She stopped going out. She covered her prosthetic with long pants, even in the summer. She turned down every invitation and started eating lunch alone in the school library. "Dad," she whispered one night, "do you think people will ever see me as normal again?" I couldn't answer without breaking. Everything changed when we found Steps of Courage, a nonprofit that creates expressive, customized prosthetics for children. Dr. Alina Morales, the founder, spent hours with Lily, asking her about her dreams, her favorite heroes, what made her smile. The result was a $25,000 masterpiece covered in luminous stars and heroic figures. The charity covered the entire cost. When Lily first wore it, she looked at her reflection and smiled genuinely for the first time in months. "Dad," she said, "it's like wearing art. I don't have to hide anymore." That night she asked to go out for ice cream. A little boy pointed at her leg and said, "Whoa, that's so cool," and Lily beamed. The prosthetic became her badge of courage. She started climbing again, literally. Adaptive rock climbing became her passion. She made friends, smiled more, and even found the strength to start talking about the accident in therapy. We were healing point 6 months ago. I accepted a job that relocated us to Ashfield Ridge, a picturesque community outside Boston. Great schools, quiet streets, and an HOA that promised high standards. Lily was excited about the robotics club. I was hopeful. Enter Greta Langford, the HOA president. In her 50s, always perfectly dressed, and feared by most of the residents, Greta had run the HOA for 15 years with a tight grip. Our first meeting was at the new resident orientation. She froze when she saw Lily's vibrant prosthetic. Her mouth tightened. Later, she pulled me aside. "Mr. Carter, we appreciate community standards here. Medical devices should be discreet. Your daughter's leg, well, it draws attention." I stared at her. "It's a medical device, not a lawn ornament." That week, we received our first HOA violation notice. Our lawn edges were imperfect. Then our mailbox was too tall. Then our blinds were the wrong shade. It was a steady drip of harassment. The message was clear: conform or be punished. But it came to a head when Lily asked to propose a fundraiser at the HOA meeting. She wanted to support Steps of Courage. She practiced her speech for days. That night, as she stood to speak, Greta cut her off. "We've had complaints about your prosthetic. It disrupts the aesthetic harmony." Then Patricia Myers, the secretary, passed out a new HOA policy addendum. Visible medical devices must be neutral in color, no personalization. My blood boiled. "We won't comply," I said. Greta smiled coldly. "Then prepare for fines." Then came the worst moment. Lily came home from school, collapsed on the steps, sobbing. Her leg had been defaced. Black ink, scratches, chemical stains. I called the school. They were horrified but had no camera footage. Then Dr. Brendan Ruiz, our neighbor, came by. He said he'd seen Greta and Patricia near the school gym that day, claiming to drop off money for Patricia's nephew. Then I got a text from Elijah Brooks, the community groundskeeper. He asked to meet me. He showed me photos he'd taken, Greta and Patricia holding Lily's prosthetic in the parking lot. Patricia with a Sharpie, Greta with a cloth. That night, I called the police, my old legal partner, and a local news reporter. I filed charges. I filed a lawsuit. I prepared for Ward.at the next HOA board meeting. I came early. I invoked the HOA bylaws to attend. Greta tried to kick me out. I'm not just a resident, I said. I'm here as counsel. The room fell silent. I laid out my evidence. The vandalism. The photos. Witness statements. The illegal policy that violated the ADA. I presented my injunction against enforcement and a restraining order. Then the news crew and police arrived. I demanded Greta and Patricia resign. The HOA adopt a disability non-discrimination policy and a $50,000 donation be made to Steps of Courage. Within 48 hours, Greta and Patricia were gone. The board approved every demand. Lily received a new prosthetic, even more beautiful than before, with galaxies and stars and a little astronaut that looked like her. I want to be a lawyer like you, Dad, she said. Then you will, I replied. Today, Lily leads a support group for kids like her. I've started taking civil rights cases again. Our community changed because we refused to back down. Bullies only win when good people stay silent. Greta Langford picked the wrong family to target. Now, we're not just surviving. We're leading the charge.